I'm sure you've seen images of this guy on TikTok recently, so let's go ahead and talk about Booster Gold. Despite the often heroic nature that Booster Gold is associated with on TikTok, his beginnings are not so heroic. Booster Gold, or Michael John Carter, was an athlete who experienced a fall from grace, gambling on his own games that he competed in, which led to him being expelled from his sport. During this fall, he got a job as a janitor in a museum where he found technology that will let him be a superhero, so he decides to use this technology and travel to the past, where he can more easily manipulate events due to his knowledge of history to make himself look like a better superhero. Unfortunately for Booster Gold, he was not very good at being a superhero, others often calling him lacking, with my favorite insults coming from the Batman himself, calling him lazy, unprofessional, and unfocused, saying that he's the worst crime fighter that he's ever come into contact with. And that's just one iteration example of how people usually perceive Booster Gold. The thing that makes this character so endearing, though, is the eventual redemption and position he finds himself in as a superhero. A fitting nickname that the community has come up for Booster Gold is calling him Time's Janitor, which has to do with the position he eventually finds himself in. Booster Gold is often the only one who can do anything in order to stop these evil time entities from destroying reality. And he matures into this person that realizes that he doesn't need the recognition of others to be a superhero. So long as he knows it in his heart himself, then he is a superhero. And in that same iteration I was speaking of earlier, when Batman learns the truth, he says that he was wrong about him and that he's a better man than anyone gives him credit for. So Booster has quite arguably the largest responsibility out of any superhero, and that's what makes him gold.